hosted by the infamous and dangerous and much lied about Eric A. Cinotti. This is where public corruption, abuse of power, a waste and misabuse of public dollars, and ultimately using your personal position for gaining power influence over others is met with extreme hostility. Otherwise, everyone else is welcome. Welcome to the Hostile Zone.
Welcome to the Hostile Zone. You're here for another day on the Hostile Zone. You're with the infamous and dangerous in your face, Eric Andrew Cinotti, Eric A. Cinotti. Who?
Eric Cinotti.
That's right, baby. On KKTC 99.9 on your FM dial. True country.
True America.
True Cinotti, baby. We're here live again, coming at you prime time. How you doing today, Miss Bianca?
I'm good. Bianca Sea, that's me.
Bianca Sea. Bianca Sea. Here she is, the on-air vocalist. Did you enjoy your evening?
I did. It was really good.
You ready for a very exciting show today?
Absolutely.
We are accompanied remotely, still on his extended vacation, with R-Dub. How are you?
Great. How are you guys doing?
I can't complain. We got a bone to pick with you in a second, but let's see. We got Dick on the phone here with us for the show.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Dick, man, what's going on?
Oh, I'm just living the dream.
Living the dream. We all are. So we have Dick. Kenny is away, and Angelo is heavily working in the background. Not here today. Shout out to you, Jersey Angelo, Jersey Dumps. Shout out to you. All right, so we got a bone to pick with you, R-Dub.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
So I've been seeing a lot of people talking about the edited fan favorites and bloopers that you've been putting out. Well, I find that to be, I find it funny. I just want to know, when are we going to get any bloopers on you?
Whenever I appear on camera after we get some additional stuff figured out. But I mean, I've thrown a couple things in there with at least my voice in the background. So
Right.
But
yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm a pretty straightforward guy, and I don't do too many things embarrassing on camera. So
you don't. I've been practicing the water. I'm doing the water.
Your face is funny. The way you done.
I practice. See, it's working every time now. If you're watching,
if you were watching, you could see his face expression is super funny.
Yeah.
It's like he's like, whoop,
whoop. So if you are tuning in on your FM dial today on 99.9 KKTC, if you're tuning in on your dial and you want to see this wonderful show, then you can check out any of our locations besides your cable network and Roku and Apple and Fire Stick and all these things. You can check us out on LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. God, I don't even know. Is that everything, R-Dub?
yeah, I'd say so. I think so.
Right.
Yeah.
Also, I've been told I need to put this information out. We have we're offering a deluxe premium membership for one-on-one conversations, for opportunities to be on the show, for to answer questions, ask questions, etc. Feel free to reach out. The Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com. The Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com. Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. Also, feel free to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, all these other locations. As I was saying before, we are everywhere, and we are very happy to communicate. And we are offering a premium concierge sort of deluxe access, I guess, behind-the-scenes access, and access to special promos and freebies and gifts that we're offering to people that join for membership. Membership is very inexpensive. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's less than $5 per month, and it allows you extended video, extended audio. It allows you access to ask questions on the air and even opportunities to appear on air. All right, I got that out there, R-Dub. We'll be attaching the links to that. Also, I mentioned before about the book. The book deal has been signed, and I will be putting out the freebie on that. We're going to be offering discount free book. We're going to get a free book of my copy of my book that's coming out. Plus, you're going to get an additional book from Amazon for free, compliments of the Hostile Zone, Eric Cinotti. And you'll get a discount on membership if you want a membership to Amazon or Audible for books every month.
Oh.
Compliments of me in honor of my books. I put an S on it because it's multiple books coming out.
I hear it's a page turner.
It's a page turner, and there's going to be some very unhappy people because, remember, the Hostile Zone, we pull back that curtain on waste, fraud, abuse, and corruption.
Yeah.
Just because we talk about some fun stuff, we still pull that curtain back on waste, fraud, and abuse. And there are going to be some people that are not going to like that they're in this book. And I couldn't put the book out sooner because a lot of the information has been turned over to authorities on stuff that they're working on for people that are abusing their position of power. They're abusing their power using your tax dollars, folks, to use your tax dollars to support their livelihood, for them to gain more power and more money on the backs of the American people. And nobody should be in office in a government position of power doing that to you, folks. And Cinotti stands between you and the bad, corrupt, dirty, filthy, disgusting people that steal your money. Did I say that well, Arca?
No one is above the law.
I think that was pretty fantastic.
There are some disgusting people out there. We're going to be having some great people come on the show, some big name people. I'm excited to be putting that out soon.
Oh, awesome.
We got some celebrity people in the entertainment world. We got a couple high-end business people that want to come on the show and talk to you folks and let you know who they are, what they're about, and gives you some tips on where to look and what to do. Some great stuff. That's what we do here on the Hostile Zone, and we make you laugh apparently with sounds.
That we do.
So I wanted to talk about one thing. I know R-Dub had mentioned in the staff meeting prior to going on air that there was an extended amount of emails backing up. People reaching out that wanted to ask questions. So we want to try to entertain those, but I did want to talk about an interesting topic today. We had mentioned this once before, AI. Artificial intelligence.
Oh.
We had an episode on that once before. So the New York Times, big newspaper,
It's a good
they are having a lawsuit against AI because they're saying that AI is stealing work from their journalists and from the journalists and from the Times, because they are essentially taking information, repackaging it, and sending it out as somebody else.
Well, Times has a fact check, so obviously the artificial intelligence got to get it from somewhere, right?
Right, but they're not actually writing stories. It's artificial. Somebody else is plugging in a little bit of something, and they're getting a whole story that somebody else took the time to write.
Oh, so somebody else would take that credit.
They're taking the credit. Yeah, they're repackaging.
So
it's like plagiarism, plagiarism.
Yes. Wow.
And we know we had an episode of that too with the president of Harvard University. She got jammed up, and they're still pushing to push her out. Interesting way I said that. They're still petitioning and protesting to push her out of position at Harvard because she got literally directly caught at plagiarizing her dissertation. What say you, R-Dub, on AI? Are you a yay, nay, or in between?
Well, I've seen a lot of disturbing stuff that can come from AI, where you have bad people out there to where now they're able to use your own voice, your voices and pictures that your family posts on Facebook, and they're able to almost make a hostage type of a video to try and receive money.
Yeah, exactly. Interesting. I read something on that yesterday. Very interesting. Go on.
And it's just very disturbing as to how, something that could be so helpful to the people, and now the people are abusing that and using it for bad.
Turn that box on. Yeah. Right. No, I absolutely agree, and I know that many people have been this because of all the craziness that's going on, because you just don't know what is real. You don't know what is fact. And I was watching some people in entertainment that directly have had videos of them saying something or
When it
them doing
wasn't.
something, and it wasn't them. And then it goes viral that, let's just say, John Smith, just without putting out any real name.
Mhm.
Any John Smiths out there, don't bot me. I'm not saying you particularly. Jane Doe. How about a Jane Doe?
Okay.
Jane Doe. Jane Doe is an actress, right? And she's on some great show or whatever, or movie. And then she sees her acting in another movie, but she's not really acting in the movie. Or she's on YouTube selling a product, right? People, she's now a quote unquote influencer, right? And she's selling a product, but she's really not. She's at home and she doesn't even know this. And she's getting emails about a weight loss program or something like that. Right. And then she's selling this weight loss program, saying all the wonderful things this weight loss program can do, but essentially she's not. It's AI that stole her image, her likeness, and even her voice. And it looks so real. Have you seen those videos, Arda, where they're so real? Right?
Yes, I have.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous. It really is. I mean, even just before that, people were doing that stuff, because I know that since the airing of the show in this year, 23, there's been multiple Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and all of them, and even emails have been mimicking to be me.
Oh wow!
Now,
really?
no one, knock on wood, has done my likeness in my voice, etc. But I've had multiple people that have built fake Facebooks. Even you have fake ones. There's fake Bianca Sea now.
Yes, I'm
There's
super
fake Bianca
upset
Sea,
about that.
and
They're taking my fans.
And we have, it's not so much the fans, because who cares? They're going to
know.
find you anyway.
But then they're
they're thinking what you're saying. Yes, yeah. Because they're not stealing your fans, because your fans are your fans. Your followers, your followers. And I love my followers. Let me say this now. Everybody out there on the FM dial, on wherever you're watching or hearing this, we appreciate you. And everybody says that, but I actually mean it. I like the following that we have. Mm-hmm. I was actually on a meeting before, and we did a Google of the hostile zone, and we just own page 1 and 2 and we come right up. As soon as you start to type hostile zone, when you get the hostile zone pops up, and then next to it says Cinotti right next to it. It comes up really fast. I was sharing a screen with somebody in LA a couple hours ago, and they shared the screen on the green screen, and it popped up, and I was like, wow. And he was like, yeah, holy crap.
So you took over that page, huh?
Yeah. So I mean, and you know what? And because we're very real folks,
yes,
I keep it real with you. I'm legit. I call a spade. I'm standing up for you. I will fight for those that can't fight for themselves and speak for those that cannot speak.
That's right.
And when you do that, you're going to be targeted. People are going to try to hurt you. They're going to say things about you that aren't true. But with that, I appreciate you, and that's where I was going. I appreciate that you tune in every day, that you follow us on social media, that you email into us. I appreciate that. But getting back to AI, so the New York Times is really pushing this, and I'm very interested, putting my legal cap on. I'm very interested to see what the courts do with this, because this is a new area.
Yeah, it's the future, a new law.
It's the future, and it's if we are here now with what they can do now, think in 10 years what it'll be, right?
Yes.
Right? It'll be to a level that, I mean, I can't even fathom where it'll be at that point, because you could do anything. I mean, we have cars that drive themselves now.
Well,
right?
in the future,
I mean, do you even need human beings anymore? People got fake girlfriends. People get on this chatbot stuff to have conversations because they don't have real friends.
Right.
I mean, talk about delusional experiences.
Well, they can get into your finances too by face scanning and all that stuff.
How about, right? Exactly. Here you go. One of my banks that I use, and I'm not going to say which one, but I use multiple banks. I spread my wealth across the banks. Plus, this way, folks out there who are listening and watching, always have more than one bank account, because you never want to be hijacked on one account. If you get hacked or whatever, you need to have it spread across. You need to have one account that is paying bills, one account that you're doing family expenses, one for mortgage, one for rent or whatever, one for food. Break it up. I'm not saying a million bank accounts, but you need a couple, because what happens even if you just lost the password and you can't get in, and it takes time to get in, you need money. You need to have more than one. And where I was going with this is that one of my banks does voice recognition. So when you call in on the phone, you can enroll in voice recognition, and the system will recognize, oh, that's Eric Cinotti's voice. I can give my bank information. They can give the bank information. No, I don't want that. I always opt out. I hit the no button, whatever it is, press 1 for yes, 2 for no, whatever. Because if they can do this, if they can create a full likeness of you, then that means you can go ahead and get into my bank account.
Wow.
So I don't ever roll it, and that's AI. Now, if they can create a voice of somebody, then they can go on and get into bank accounts, phones. How about everybody's got not everybody, but a lot of people have phones that do what is it, the face ID? Well, if you can create that likeness, then you can get into phones. I mean, it's dangerous. This is extremely dangerous. I'm big on security myself. I always pay attention to that. I'm not a super techie person, but I am consistently and constantly paying attention to ways to protect the security of myself and my family, whether it be changing passwords to crazy things or changing algorithms on Face ID. I'll change, even just changing your face. If you're watching, because the face, that's the face to get in. If you adjust your cheek and your lips a little bit on your folks, listen to this. If you adjust your face, if you're watching, if you do like a facial move like that, that could be your Face ID to get in to your phone. Think about that.
Really?
So, and now I know that Apple on the iPhone offers a secondary face. There's 2 faces. You can have a second face, and it could be another person's face, a spouse, a child.
It's usually a spouse,
but it could be another face that you make.
You have to get access to the first one.
But what I'm saying is, you can make that face.
Yes.
So they might think they can take the phone and hold it up and get into my phone. You're not, because I do something weird with my face for the phone. Good luck figuring that out. You can hold it up in front of me all day long, even if I'm in a coma or dead on the floor, and you want to hold it in front of my face. It's not going to work because you don't know the facial expression that I make to unlock that phone.
OMG, like crazy girlfriends would try to do that. That's one of the hacks to get into.
I wanna add something in here as well, because so on my phone I use the facial recognition, and I was just, like I set it up to where it was just my normal face, but at the same time I can wear my giant sunglasses that happen to cover like half of my face, and I'm still able to get into my phone. So I don't know.
That's because it's not a retina scan. A retina, folks. Retina is the inner part of your eyeball.
It's certain angles of your face.
It's I mean, when you set it up, you remember you had to turn your head to the left, turn your head to the right. So what it does, it's like a fingerprint. All right, here we go, folks. I'm going to teach you something today. I'm going to learn you something. Anybody that knows what that means, somebody said to me, yes, that's the right way recently, but I said, learn you something. Have you heard that before, RW? Let me learn you something.
Yes, I have.
Yeah, that's like when you're kind of like dumbing it down, like, okay, you don't know what you're talking about, so let me learn you something. So when in criminal justice, they use fingerprints. I say we because I've been a member of criminal justice for God knows years. When they do a fingerprint, it's called a latent fingerprint. And you have all these squiggle lines on your fingers, and they just don't match the fingerprint 100% to your finger. They have points, and if I wish you were watching, you could see this. People,
they'll do like the outline first.
They have the whole fingerprint, and they have to have a certain amount of dots, and they're like points of reference. And when those points, you get a certain number of points, then you have a match. So they might, the number changes. I want to say like 18 or 36 or something like that. I don't know. Don't bot me. I don't have it in front of me, but it is. I'm not a tech person in the crime scene tech, but I do know that they look at how many lines are the same in fingerprint example A and fingerprint example B. So it's like that, where there is a process of a certain amount of points. So when you do you're looking on your phone, that's why it's doing similar. They're following the guideline of a latent print of your finger. They're following that same guideline with your Face ID, RW. So when you turn it says, and when you're looking at it, it's a little circle, if I recall, on iPhone. And it says, look to the right, look up, and then it turns green. Then it says, look down, it turns green. You know what I'm talking about, RW? You remember doing that?
Yeah. In the beginning, when you're setting up your phone.
When you're setting it up?
Yes, I remember that.
So each time it's creating a point of a contrasting point that is is equal. So when you're looking with your point with your glasses, it doesn't need the perfect spot of your eyes. It has the other 8 or 9 points on your face. I didn't want to get into too much detail. I hope I didn't chase anybody away and change the dial, because you know, I don't want to get into crazy technical stuff. But that's how it works. So for you, R-Dub, and for everybody out there that's listening or watching, you could go ahead and just alter your face, but you need to remember how you altered it. Also, when you do that a couple times, and there's 2 different faces you can make. Face A and face B gives you 2 choices. So if you don't have a spouse that is going to share your phone with you, or your iPad or whatever it is you're using, then you can make the secondary face. So when they create a thing, when somebody creates a AI bot or whatever, they're not copying that face. They don't know which one you have. So your regular face that you're looking at is not the one. I remember, anybody that knows me, I was injured in the line of duty a number of years back, and I actually was in the hospital for quite a long time, and they wanted to get into my phone. I was actually in a coma at one point, and I'm not getting into detail about that story, but I survived, thank God. Shout out to the hospital and medical staff. Dr. Smith, if you're out there, Dr. Smith, wonderful doctor, love you to death. Love Rebecca. Rebecca was one of the nurses, got really friendly with my family. Wonderful person, great people there. If you're listening or watching, you saved my life. Thank you. Anyway, getting back to that. So when I was in a coma and I was unable to talk or speak, I wasn't moving, obviously, right? I had a tube in my throat, everything. So when they were doing that, they wanted to get into my phone just for basic stuff, not to go through my stuff, not my parents and family, not government. And somebody in the family was like, this is when the fingerprint opens your phone.
Oh, okay.
And they wanted to do that. Thank God they would have gotten in my phone. I didn't want anybody in my phone. But the phone had been dead because when I got hurt and I was transported to multiple hospitals, the battery died between that.
Wow.
But they would have been able to get in with the fingerprint. And the point where I'm getting here, R-Dub and everybody, is that they could have got in with that. So if that happened today, they could have held the phone in front of my face. That's why it is imperative to be security conscious, people. Imperative to be security conscious. Make a different face. Distort your image a little bit when you're doing this. Anyway, so R-Dub, you want to hit 1 or 2? I know you had 1 or 2 questions on the mail, and then we're running into a time crunch because it is still a holiday week, and we are going to be still providing fan favorites and apparently some more bloopers. And I hope we get other bloopers in there for the week. That's how we're running it to the new year. So, R-Dub, give me 1 or 2 email questions.
So we have one from.
We'll do one because I know we're on a super time crunch. We'll do one.
Yep. So we have Justin from New Mexico, and maybe we can continue this conversation. I actually read it last night, and I was pretty intrigued on it, just because I myself personally love tattoos, and he brought up the fact that he had an alien tattoo. And I remember we talked about aliens previously, and he was just asking us what we thought about tattoos and if we have any ourselves.
Okay. I do not have a tattoo, Miss Bianca.
I'm surprised.
I don't. I have a funny story on that though. But what do you have? Do you have anything?
I don't have a tattoo on me at all. I mean, you don't put a bumper sticker on a Bentley, you know.
I don't put a bumper sticker on the BMW. I want to be a BMW. Are you? What are you? I'm a BMW. What are you?
I'm a Ferrari, man, and I tell you.
You know what?
Listen,
I'm a Lamborghini or a Ferrari too. Wait, Italian vehicles, I'm in there. The Cinotti's down with an Italian vehicle. But I said a BMW because I obviously I'm not buying a Lamborghini.
Well, I just say that because it's the same.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, and you buy yourself a brand new Lamborghini, and you're just like, this is pretty cool, but how can I make this cooler?
Oh, people, they throw a stupid bumper sticker.
Wrapping. You throw a chrome wrapping on it.
They put the decal on.
Yeah, I mean, that leaves an interesting conversation. What was his name? Justin?
Yes.
First, let me say thank you, Justin, for reaching out to the show. Much appreciated. Make sure you get his information so we can mail him a shirt or something, okay? Thank you for emailing in. I personally do not have a tattoo. My military experience we were coming back from a deployment and everybody got tattoos. I did not, because I just am not a tattoo person, but I did get
Really?
I did get a nipple piercing.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
You didn't have to say it. I got a nipple piercing because everybody was getting tattoos, and I just don't. Personally, my mom is very strict. And no matter how old you are, my mom will hurt me. So I didn't get a tattoo, and I don't know. And I went to Catholic school, and they used to make a big thing about tattoos that you are destroying God's temple. That's what they used to tell us in Catholic school. And I guess you are. Your body's a temple.
Is.
Your body's a temple.
I'm a goddess. My body is a
So
temple.
I got a nipple ring, which actually was kind of cool because everybody got tattoos. Nobody cared, but they all lined up to watch me get the nipple ring. Everybody crowded into the room in Seaside Heights, baby, New Jersey, on the boardwalk, Jersey Shore.
That's where you
in
got
your face, baby, Jersey Shore all the way. So we got it there, and it was actually kind of crazy. Little fist pumping. It didn't really hurt, but I can tell you, RW, it made the work. Like you ever bite your tongue and you hear that crunch?
Did you tear up?
No,
At least
I drank a lot. I went drinking. I went in and first I almost got a genitalia piercing.
Oh,
And my friends were like, no! Like a couple of the guys that I'm not friends with were pushing me to do it.
Oh, you
and then the ones that I was friends with said, no. It's called like a Prince Albert, I think.
Those are good friends.
Yeah. My one friend, Victor, was like, no, you cannot do that. So I did not do that. And I was hammered. I would have been pretty upset had I had done that.
Oh, yeah.
But I did get the nipple ring. And you ever bite your tongue, R-Dub?
Yes, all the
You
time.
bit your tongue before too, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you hear that crunch?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's what it sounded like when they poked that needle through my nipple. It went crunch. I'm like, oh, but it didn't hurt. Everybody else was like, oh, they did the cringe and lean back. And then, of course, it got infected because I didn't clean it properly. I didn't know how. Not that I didn't wash myself. All right, let me reiterate that. I washed my body, people. I didn't. You had to put some kind of. You had to put saline. I use soap. Nobody, because you know what? There is no licensing for these.
If
things.
it's a scented soap or something,
it was. Yes, it was. I was regular shower stuff. You need to put saline, salted water on it.
You have to.
So anyway, my producers yelling at me if we're going to do the bloopers, I need to wrap it up. So, Justin, we will go tomorrow. We're going to talk about tattoos a little bit.
Because I do have something too.
Yeah.
I have a belly ring.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
I've had it since I was 16 years old.
I believe you told that story that your father took you to get that.
Yeah, I think my father's so awesome. Any other father wouldn't have done this, but it was my Sweet 16 present because I've always wanted to get something rebellious. And my dad took me to a place on Route 17 in New Jersey, and I know
the place you went to on Route 17 because I went there for people to get a tattoo.
Yeah. And oh my God,
is that place still there?
Yeah, still there. It's still there. And I swear, when I got I hate needles, by the way, so it was very brave of me to do it.
They're pointing at me. And
when I got it done, I almost fainted.
Really?
I almost fainted because
I didn't even barely feel the needle, but you weren't drinking.
Oh no, I was sober.
RW, you got tattoos, right? We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yes.
Wonderful. So, folks, don't go anywhere. It's Christmas week, so we're doing half live and half fan favorites. Keep emailing in the Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com, the Hostile Zone at bbstalkradio.com, Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com, Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. Tell us your favorite moment, and we might put that in. If you want to be on the show, you want to have questions, reach out. Also, reach out with regard to the premium and deluxe memberships that we're offering. It is a great value. You're going to get freebies. I'm going to give codes and freebies for memberships, and you're going to get direct access. It is a value. I promise you that.
Who doesn't like freebies?
And membership with the Hostile Zone will automatically give you membership to other shows, etc. We'll discuss that further. R-Dub, let's bring it into the segment. Miss Bianca, we're going to show the song after. Thank you for following us every day. What do you got to say for the crowd?
Hope everyone has a great holiday and drive safely.
Don't drink and drive. Tipsy Toe, America. Tipsy Toe, people. Cinotti's coming back at you tomorrow night. Don't go anywhere. How's that candy? You almost there yet? What do you do? Do you need a knife or something to open that?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, is it that bad?
Oh,
good. Hey, Dick back there. Say hi to say hi, Dick.
Going on.
Oh, that was kind of lame. Was he trying to have a deeper voice today?
I was trying something different.
So wait a minute. So you're
I would
thinking
never
that
see a
I
chicken
had to
foot
get might
regular
get
again,
sit up
yeah.
on the couch for this one. So you're telling me that you got from a cart, a chuck, or whatever, a taco, and there was an actual foot of a chicken in there.
There was an
Not
actual...
attached to a chicken anymore.
No.
Assumingly, the rest of the chicken was crushed up in your sandwich.
Hopefully.
But did you eat it? No.
No, I did
You
not.
didn't return.
I saw it.
What did you do with it?
I threw it away.
You didn't give it to a homeless person. You're a terrible person, R-Dub.
Well,
In your face, you're a terrible person.
I was
I'm pointing it out to everybody out there. R-Dub's a terrible person. I would have given it to the homeless person.
I was in the north. Like, there's...
What's the north? What's the north? If you even go down, if you can name any states that I like, you're off the show. We're in the north.
The northern states, of course.
Are we getting into a Civil War conversation now? So is it a Union state or a rebel state? Confederate state?
It's one of them.
So
I'm not going to name the state.
Very far north.
It's extremely far north. No, that's where I was getting
with
it.
I extremely know where you are now.
That's what I was trying to say, because we were in the topic of like, oh, why didn't I give it to a homeless person? It was in the north, and in the north, you don't have these giant arrays of homeless people like you do in, say, California or places where it's pretty warm year round.
Right.
But yeah, so there just wasn't a homeless person in my direct line of sight, and there was a trash can right next to me. So it was just like bloop, and I wasn't just about to hold it for the rest of the day.
Oh man.
Really?
Does that make me a bad person? Chat, let me know.
Yeah, they're gonna blow you up for it. They're gonna blow you up for it. You know that. You're gonna get destroyed for that. But it's okay. I would listen. I will stand with you on this one. I would have thrown it out there. I might have saved the chicken foot though for later.
And I'm just going to throw this out there.
You kept it.
Maybe it was just because I respected homeless people enough that I wouldn't even want to give them a chicken-footed sandwich.
That's
taco.
what I was thinking.
A chicken-footed sandwich. Chicken-footed, not a chicken sandwich. A chicken-footed sandwich. Every day. Actually, drag Dick over to the mic here. Let's have Dick. What is it? Who does Dick like? Dick, who's your favorite singer?
I don't have a favorite singer, but I listen to a lot of pentatonics.
Can you sing? Can you sing a line for something for us? Right up, bring him right up to the microphone. Bring him in. Bring him
I'm
in.
not that good at singing.
I don't care. Bring him in. Security, grab him. Bring him in. Bring him in. He's like, come on. He's close to the mic.
I'm too nervous. I can't do this.
Oh.
Richard, get back here. Oh, he's gone.
Oh, come on. Security to the front. Security.
And then
then, for no reason, you just fell on your face.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
I like
moral
that
of the story.
I like that story.
Yeah, moral of the story, just don't ride at your garage door. It's not
Moral
what they're
story,
meant
just
for.
do it. Just do it. Have a good time.
We don't have a Nike sponsorship.
Oh, undo it. Undo it.
Well, a lot of people really enjoyed yesterday when we were talking about my fear of Angelo Gambetti.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
What were they
really?
thinking about? And I think you and Angela had a conversation this morning.
We did. Same as yesterday, a couple.
He was very unhappy. You accused him of assaulting.
Well, it's funny because as he was
'cause then I got a
accusing me,
I
he
got-
was assaulting me at the same time.
Well, we know we want to go to Jersey.
Want to go to Jersey?
Yes, right. That's right. Don't you
Well-
want to go to Jersey?
Yes.
New
You
York
hear
City.
that, Angelo? I said yes.
Why are you assuming Angelo's from Jersey?
It just sounds like a very Jersey name.
Oh, boy.
Are you feeling-
I've
it's like
visited
therapeutic for
Jamaica
you?
before, and I love Jamaica. Like, I could totally see myself living in a little straw hut, just
A straw
on the
hut.
beach.
A straw hut. Why straw?
I don't
Why
know.
not? Why not banana leaves?
That just seems too expensive for me.
So, believe it or not, we all have been talking, and people have been hearing about this AI, artificial intelligence, right?
Mhm,
Um,
yes.
And we all know it's a useful tool at times. Like anything, if used appropriately,
Right.
right? If used in moderation and under the right circumstances, right?
Correct.
It's a tool. It's not. It's again, like I said, government is a safety net, not a structure. This is not your foundation. This is a safety net, a tool to help you polish what it is you're putting together. It's not your end, your end all be all. And I'm gonna say, Sports Illustrated is an example of what I just said. They are the latest media outlet to have serious outcry and controversy over the use of AI, artificial intelligence. They actually had AI write stories in the Sports Illustrated.
My goodness.
And when you're having AI write stories, you don't are they fact checking? Where are they getting their information from? Right? It's a tool, and this is a major ethical issue. People go to school for years. I'm a member of the Writers Guild. I'm a member of the Writers Union myself. I'm investigative journalist. I'm a member of these unions. I'm a member of these associations. I pay dues. I educate myself in it. I fact check. I get the news wire. I belong to databases. I do. I don't. People want to bot me and troll, but I put out real information. You should not be writing stories with artificial intelligence. Firstly, you don't know how accurate the information is, right? Secondly,
very true.
There's an ethical rule here. I mean, talk about fake news. I mean, there's a word we maybe don't want to use, but that's fake news. That's AI. It's not real, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not real.
I say so. Yeah.
So it's an ethical violation. I mean, it's not a real writer.
What happened with going on the field and finding research?
Well, you know what? Everybody gets lazy, right? Yeah. So I guess Sports Illustrated is among many. It's not they're not the only one that this has happened, but they are the most recent that this has occurred. And it's an ethical issue. And there was a professor quoted at one of the universities, I can't remember, but he's a journalism professor. And it's an ethical issue. And you know what? You're taking jobs away from journalists and reporters and writers.
Well, that's not fair.
Right? I mean, it's a tool. It's a tool. It's like when they created the thesaurus and the dictionary. It's no different than that. They did the dictionary and the thesaurus didn't write the story. It just allowed you to be able to have a reference to help you polish your material. I don't know. But AI has been an issue even in the entertainment industry where they were mimicking voices and making fake sound bites, right?
Yeah.
Fake pictures of people. And actors and people in the unions were up in arms about this, saying, I can act now. I mean, they showed videos of, I think it was even Tom Cruise walking into a room, but it really wasn't him.
To be honest, even in the Japanese, they actually made up an artificial singer called Hanamiku.
Really?
Yes, and they just digitalized the voice and words by playing in a digital piano.
See, you know what? That just destroys art. And writing is an art. Journalism is an art. It's an art.
And they do the for concerts, they have like a big screen, like a pop-up screen.
Remember they did that with Michael Jackson?
They did. Right. That's where it came from, yeah.
That was what, a hologram or something?
It's a hologram, a big hologram that they would
But see, they were actually using his real music. They were not creating fictitious.
Hatsunamiku, that's what it's called.
Is that it? They were not, I mean, Michael Jackson's situation, they were honoring him and they were using his actual material. But we're talking about making fictitious things up. It's not art anymore.
No, it's taken away from the creativity of a real artist, to be honest. So it's not fair.
Right. The government finally owned up to UFOs, which they call UAPs now, unidentified aerial phenomenon. Right?
Really?
Because the UFOs is such a bad thing now, right?
Yeah.
The government released, the Department of Defense released videos of fighter pilots chasing things that didn't exist.
So we're talking about E.T.?
E.T. Not AI, E.T. So in the way itty bitty bottom, there was a story about that NASA. There was a panel of, I believe, like 16-member panel who are on this UAP study team. Which, by the way, your tax dollars are funding a new department inside of NASA to study UAPs. Okay, people, UFOs. There's a department that they're officially acknowledging studies UFOs. They want to call it UAPs, whatever. It's a UFO, okay? It's an unidentified object, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't mean a spaceship. It's an object that is unable to be identified, unidentified flying object. UAP sounds nicer, you know, because they like to rebrand and repackage. What did I say in another show? They take the same piece of bologna and cheese, swap out the bread, same crap, new piece of bread. It's like a news story. Well, anyway, new name, UAP. So this member panel had a meeting, and they had some findings, and they have this new department that is out there. And you and I, the taxpayers, are paying for this department, which you know we were paying for this for years anyway. But this department exists, and they won't even want to name who is working in this department and who's running the department. We all know there's a black budget. Let's be real. There's been a black budget for years. New Mexico, you know that. Come on. You got white sands out there.
Well, average civilian, they don't know where.
You got a lot of stuff out there. Arizona, you all know. Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. Come on.
It's always going to be named something else.
But here's the thing.
Don't understand.
Here is the
right?
thing. Ready? Here's the thing. So they rebranded the name UAP. Okay, rebranding the name formerly known as UFO is now a UAP. Well, anyway,
okay.
So they, in small print somewhere, they said that they do not actively. Let me look here. I want to make sure I say this somewhat appropriate. They do not actively search for unexplained sightings. Okay. They do not actively search for unexplained sightings. So that's a whole different term. Unexplained sightings, not a UAP. Unexplained sightings. But you ready? Moving forward, I'm going to get you, New Mexico. You're going to love this one. And I want to talk about it. And I want you to call me. So they don't actively look for this. But here we are. Ready? I love this. They said this. I'm not making this up. Look it up. NASA said that they operate a fleet. F-L-E-E-T. A fleet of Earth circling spacecraft. Did you hear that, RW?
Oh, I heard that.
A fleet.
A fleet.
So when I hear a fleet, I think of the U.S. Navy. Yeah. And when you have a fleet of ships, you have an aircraft carrier and several ships that support that aircraft carrier and protect that aircraft carrier.
What do they mean?
A fleet. A fleet. Not one, not two. A fleet. I don't even know what the definition of a fleet is in number-wise. I know we were talking about what a couple and a few are, but this is a fleet. But anyway, a fleet of Earth circling spacecraft. Poof, my mind just exploded. But wait, New Mexico, I'm gonna even give it to you better, KKTC.
Okay.
Guess what they say it's for?
What is it for?
Maybe the study of weather. Have you heard this before, New Mexico? I believe the people of Roswell have an experience of weather balloons and the study of weather. I don't know. I would love to know more about that. Along with the Native American reservations, please invite us to come out to Roswell. I would love to see that spot. I would love to talk to anybody that knows anything about that. I am fascinated with that. RW, what's your take on that? What's your feeling on that?
It's way out of my pay grade.
Right,
I don't know much about it.
I mean, I love it. I think I'm so fascinated with this. Like so many, I follow NASA. I have experience with NASA. I know a lot about it. I read about it. I've had some personal experiences with NASA and etc. And you know, I didn't work for NASA. Okay, I've had experiences with NASA.
It doesn't work.
And we'll leave it there.
For
Okay.
NASA, okay.
All right.
people?
I do not work for NASA. I'm not saying I work for NASA. I've had experiences with NASA. Take that for what you will. Okay. All right. Roswell happened. Take that for what you will. But it's a fascinating subject to me. I love it. I watch a lot of documentaries. We talked about it. One of the documentaries I watch is The Unexplained. I think it's called Unexplained on Discovery Channel or Science Channel, and where they have the satellites and what's going on, you know, showing stuff. But you know, there is just something about this whole thing that just screams some weird stuff to me, because I'm just thinking deeper here. When you have the International Space Station, right, and you have the former space shuttle, let's understand that there is no atmosphere, there is no wind in space. Okay, you don't have oxygen there. There's no, you know, there's nothing there. It's kind of like empty. So when they put satellites, they're in orbit, right? Here's the key word. Always listen to the words, people. Listen to what they say. Everything are in the words. Read between the lines.
Okay.
The space shuttle orbits the Earth until it makes re-entry. Then it's firing thrusters and it's fighting the orbit, but not countering the orbit. It's fighting to break through back into our atmosphere. We have atmosphere, ionosphere, stratosphere, exosphere. You know, we have levels of it's not just atmosphere is what we breathe. Okay, there are multiple levels. So where I'm going here is read between the lines. Satellites and our moon is a satellite. It orbits and it just follows the same pattern in a circular or orbital motion around and around. The International Space Station goes in the same pattern at the same time. It circles the Earth approximately 45 minutes, 42 minutes, every 42 minutes or so, roughly. It travels at approximately 500 miles an hour, about almost 1,800 miles an hour. If you were on ground, it would pass by at that speed. To them, they don't feel that, but that's in orbit. Now, let me reread what was written.
Okay.
They operate a fleet of Earth circling spacecraft. They didn't say orbiting. They didn't say a satellite. They didn't say a shuttle.
No.
They didn't say a rocket. They said a spacecraft. This screams something extra to me. And then they threw in the caveat that it was, you know, for the moon. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, for the study of weather.
Okay. Yeah.
I just find that just mind-boggling. If you are hearing me in anywhere in New Mexico, Roswell, somewhere out in White Sands area, any of that wonderful locations, please reach out to the show, Eric at ericandrewcinotti.com. We would love to hear from you on the show. Go leave a comment on one of our social media pages, please.
Yeah.
Totally interested in that. I mean, right, RW? I mean, how many astronauts have said that they've seen things in space, but they cannot say it when they're an astronaut because they'll be shunned from the community forever?
I don't know a specific number, but I'd say at least 2.
I was going to say there's more. Yeah. I could say that there's more. I can say that there has been a lot of questioning on what is there. And NASA has said that there are planets that are capable of having life. You basically need oxygen, water. And that's if we're assuming that it is the same sort of life as us.
I've heard they talk about Mars a lot.
Mars, right? But here's the thing with Mars. I'm talking about planets that are outside of our universe.
Okay.
Listen, I could go deep into Mars. I mean, if you dug underneath the ground of Mars, is there anything there underneath the soil? The soil moves. There's traction marks that they say. I don't know. all kinds of conspiracies.
so
I'm not a
interesting.
conspiracy theorist, but I find it fascinating. I spend hours and hours on this.
The wonders of the world.
But they're talking about these other planets. And honestly, you would have to really be like, wow, where's my mind? When if you would think, if you look any child or any person, especially New Mexico, because it's so beautiful out there in the desert, and you look up in the sky and you're just like, wow, look at all of the stars and all of these wonderful things in the sky. And you're just like, how is it possible that it's just me here with all of that there? And that out of all creation,
with diamonds.
oh God, we're going to say, well, yeah, a little entertainment in there. But I mean, honestly, right? I mean, this is such a fascinating topic, and I think I'm going to bring it back again tomorrow. Hey, Art-Duck, have a piece of candy. Let us know how it goes. What flavor we got over here? We got to get up over here with you.
I'll do the lemon.
Actually, hey, Richard, which one should he suck on?
I think he should do the apple.
The apple.
Oh. All right. Stuff that in your mouth. Let everybody know as you're doing it. I'm going to keep going on here. So in the news also.
He's unwrapping it.
He's unwrapping it. Do we hear it? Put it in front of the microphone. There it is. Let me have the wrapper so I can show it to our viewers. Here is.
That's the wrapper.
The wrapper.
That, you know, it's really.
Oh my God. Oh, my Lord. Oh. Oh, that was terrible. I feel, that's worse than yesterday. I can't imagine. Put that in your mouth. In your mouth.
Let's go. All right, he put it in his mouth.
That is terrible. Oh, look at his face. Tell everybody how it is.
Oh, not fun.
Not fun. Not fun. No. Get close to the mic. Let him know.
Not fun.
Oh, he's drooling. He's drooling. He's drooling.
His eyes are tearing up and he's getting
wow,
super red.
Man, you got fog on your glasses, dude. You got fog on your glasses, dude. No way. No way. In your face right there with the suck-on candy.
Take